Hello, my beautiful friend. It's Betsy Gutting, and I'm excited to share with you the energies of this week, the intuitive downloads that I've been getting, the astrology. We're a few days post the visionary Aquarius new moon, which could have had you feel quite energized, electrified, maybe some adrenaline rushes, and then some exhaustion, like I just have to sleep. I wish, I could sleep for 24 hours, that kind of feeling. You may be feeling some ascension, what we call ascension symptoms, because this new moon in Aquarius really opened us up wide to new energies coming through, but then our bodies have to integrate the new energies. So we need rest, right? We need periods of downtime in order to assimilate the new energies that have come through. Your dreams could have been very intense and heavy lately. They could have just had, I know for me, my dreams have been so intense. Now I have a stellium in the 12th house, so it could be that too, but even like my normal cold shower in the morning, coffee has not been enough to bring me into this present reality. So it's really interesting. I'm going to get into all of these energies. I want to talk about Venus turning direct and still in shadow and what that means. I want to talk about Mercury about to go direct, all the planets about to go direct, and a couple of other transits as well. But before I get into it, I want to welcome you. If you are new to my channel, I am an intuitive life coach and a psychic astrologer, and I love helping you download a vision for your life, a new vision for whatever area of life you want to change, whether it's career, relationship, finances, health, whatever it is that you want to move forward on. This is such a visionary time right now, and trusting in that vision and bringing it forward into the world, building a new foundation for that can be very difficult if we're trying to do it alone. So I've been coaching clients for over 20 years now. I invite you to go to my website, check out my coaching. And if you'd like an astrology reading, a personal astrology reading, where we can look at all the transits, what's going on in your chart, the things that really stand out to me in your natal chart, your strengths, your gifts, your talents, I'd love to help support you. I love empowering you through astrology as well. All the links are below in the description box. And let me know where you're tuning in from. I love connecting with you. I love your comments so much. You have no idea how much it lights me up to get a comment from you. For me, this is a two-way dialogue. I love communicating with you. I love connecting, and I respond to every comment. So please leave me a comment and let me know whatever you want to share. Anything. You can leave me a little heart emoji, whatever you want to share. Okay, so and I'm going to do a card reading at the end of the video. I love the magic that comes through that really ties the whole reading together. So stay tuned for the card reading, and I have a gift for you. I want to share with you a free gift, and I'll tell you all about it at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Okay, so let's get into what's going on this week, intuitive messages as well as astrology transits. First of all, since this new moon, we have been going through an ascension process. Now, I already touched on this in the opening, but I just want you to know that the energies are definitely speeding up. There's an acceleration that's happening. And I think especially after Friday, after this weekend, we're really going to feel some new things in the outer world shifting for us. So that's really good news. Take really good care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Give yourself rest when you need it. Exercise, all the things that we do to make ourselves feel good, right? Good food, all those things, but move the energy, because we are now in a period where we're really downloading, assimilating, the energies are accelerating, and you could feel really exhausted in one moment and then super energized in another. And the energy is just, it's kind of wavy right now. It's kind of up and down. So be, really gentle with your sensitive self. Okay, the second thing I want to share with you is that it's important to be open right now, really open to new possibilities. The energies have opened up so much as this has been a consciousness expanding new moon. They've opened up so much that Spirit wants to bring us new things into our lives in a very practical, tangible new things, new friends, new tribe members, new work possibilities, whatever it is that you're focused on right now. The Spirit is wanting to give us that, but we have to be open to it, right? We have to be open. And I speak about this in my Aquarius new moon video. So be sure to watch that. I will link it below if you missed that as well. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I was going to make this video for you all, and I really wanted to, but Spirit said, hold off. You need a few hours to go to a different place than you've been. So I drove to a different beach than I normally walk on. I normally walk just out my door and 5 minutes to the beach. But Spirit said, go to this different beach. Took my walk. It was really beautiful. Lots of birds, new people. And then I stopped at this coffee shop to do some work on my laptop. And it was a different coffee shop than I'd ever been to before. And Spirit wanted me to have new scenery, meet some new people, do things differently, walk in different places. I was tuning into Spirit to say, okay, why does this matter so much? And it's because when we do the same things over and over, we grocery shop at the same places, we talk to the same people on the phone, we, interact with the same, experiences over and over, our mind can so easily go on autopilot. Mercury is still retrograde. But when we go someplace different than we've gone before, all of our senses are open. They're all open to new possibilities. And this is why we need to change it up. And we can change it up in the smallest ways, like I did yesterday. It doesn't have to be a huge commitment to change your life, but just going to a new place and staying open and asking what's here for me, like what are the gifts and what am I here to contribute, what am I here to give to whoever I'm meeting with as well. Number 3, we have a really interesting transit that's happening right now as I film this video, Friday and into the weekend. So let's say February 3rd until February 7th, we're going to be feeling this transit. And it is Mars in Capricorn, sextile Jupiter in Pisces. Now, Mars is our mojo. It's our motivation. It's our divine masculine energy. It gets us moving. Mars is the energy that we use to create, that we use to build. Mars in Capricorn is all about structures, success, ambition, achievement, being productive. Mars wants to create tangible earthly things. It's sextile, which is positive, harmonious energy flow. It's like the wave coming in. Sextile, Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. In Pisces, it's our ideal vision. It's our spiritual connection. Pisces is very connected to the ethereal realms, but it's also what kind of life do we want to create here? I see it as heaven on earth. So we're very motivated right now to bring heaven down to earth. Motivated, excited for an expansive new vision that feels like heaven on earth. Our ideal vision, your ideal day. This is what's going on for the next few days. You may already be feeling this energy. It could have you feeling, Jupiter can make us feel very optimistic, very hopeful, but it's in Pisces, and the lower octave of Pisces energy, when it feels dark and not happy, it can feel very disappointed. It can feel like, I thought it was going to be this, but it turned out to be this, and I don't want that. And I can feel like that. So it's very important right now that we look for the opportunity, for the new possibility. If something isn't happening the way we want it, we have to be open to other avenues coming in right now. It's super important right now, in a nutshell, to keep our vibration high. This is great energy to work with, but we have to work with it. So whenever you feel like you're in a darker place, feel those feelings and try to switch the light on to move into the lighter place. Not spiritual bypass, but feeling what you're feeling and then saying, I love the question, what's calling to me now? What does my heart really want? Where is the opportunity in this situation? We also have Venus, having just turned direct in Capricorn, it turned direct just before the new moon on January 29th. Now, Venus in Capricorn is still in what we call the post-retrograde shadow. What is the post-retrograde shadow? Basically, it's where we're integrating what we learned during Venus retrograde in Capricorn. We all received, as I talked about in the Aquarius new moon video, we all received a nugget, a gift, a message from Venus retrograde in Capricorn that we are now beginning to integrate into our lives. And when you're integrating new energy, it can be a bumpy ride. And so just to recap, Venus in Capricorn is tied to our feeling of success, our approach to creating what we love in our lives. So it's often tied to work, it's often tied to career, because Capricorn's very work and career focused. It's tied to our desire to excel, our desire to be productive. Venus doesn't really enjoy being in Capricorn that much, because Venus is all about receiving the beauty and the pleasure of life. Venus is about love and romance and good food and wonderful friends and communion with friends and all of that. And so Venus is trying to find a way to do the work she loves without feeling driven, without striving, without perfectionism, without all of the kind of patriarchal, wounded masculine programming that a lot of us received. I'll give you an example. I grew up with a dad who was abused as a child, and he could be very, very critical and judgmental. And, he was programmed with that same kind of, he had a really hard life with a very abusive father. So I kind of downloaded from him this programming of pushing myself and striving and, whipping myself into action. And if Spirit said, no, don't do that. Like, this isn't the time to work. Go to a different beach and walk on the beach and go do something different. I would be like, what are you talking about? I can't do that. I have to do this now. I have to work, And so Venus in Capricorn, Venus retrograde in Capricorn has been trying to help us see where we're holding ourselves back with our programming, with our conditioning that isn't self-loving, that isn't based on the reality that we're in now. We're not in the same reality of those who programmed us, right? We're not in the reality of our teachers, our parents, and all that. We're in our own new reality. We've had a spiritual awakening, or are having one. We know that we want to live differently from the way that they lived. So we are now rewiring into ourselves our own sense of authority, not looking at external authorities of the programming that we had, but our own sense of authority, our own rules about life, right? And this is not easy to do. You say, okay, I'm not going to go by those rules that I was brought up with. I'm going to let go of all that internal programming. But then what's left? We have to create our own rules. We have to do it our way now. And so we have to give ourselves permission. I feel like this is a lot about giving ourselves the permission to do things a new way. And that can feel scary. Venus in Capricorn can feel a little scared. Well, if I don't do it the way my parents told me to do it, or the way my teachers told me to, or some, whatever it is for you, then am I safe doing it this new way? Will I still have success? What if I give myself more than I've ever given myself before? Will I still be able to receive, financially and in other ways what I really need? So this is what we're all kind of moving through right now. And we'll continue to move through it into the beginning of March. And interestingly, Venus is going to meet up with Pluto again. Venus met up with Pluto early on in this retrograde. She's going to meet up with Pluto again right about the time we come out of shadow. So we may get another download around that time. Pluto deals with subconscious mind stuff. It brings truth to the surface. We may get another download and have another chance to release, beginning of March, something that is not true for us anymore. So this is it's such an important time, again, to be really gentle with yourself. If you feel like, I really wanted to do it this way, but I failed, I didn't do it the way I wanted to, the new approach isn't working, you have time to practice this. Know that you're integrating. The reason we go get down is to bring ourselves back up again. We're workshopping it. When I did stand-up comedy, open mic nights, every Monday night was an open mic night, and comedians, including myself, we would go there and we would workshop our new material. You never wanted to workshop new material on an actual gig night, right? When I was like emceeing a show, that wasn't the time to workshop new material. I learned that the hard way. But we're in this time right now where we're workshopping our new approach to life in terms of how we can take care of ourselves, how we love ourselves, how we can have the success that we want, how we can have the material world wealth and comforts and pleasures and all of that while we do the work in the world that our souls are really wanting to do. Okay, now let's talk about Sun conjunct Saturn. So the Sun is conjuncting Saturn February 4th. And we've been feeling this energy now at least all week, and I think we will into next week. And this is about having a new self-discipline. You may be feeling more like committed to yourself, more committed to following through on your own commitments to yourself and not just to others, because I bet you're already good at following through on commitments to other people, right? We're learning now. What is discipline for you? We're prioritizing? What are the things that we want to say yes to and want to do? And what are the things that we need to let go of right now? So Saturn can feel like the taskmaster. You might feel torn. You might have a moment like I did yesterday where I felt torn. Wait, I really have to work. No, but I'm being pulled to go do this thing that Spirit's telling me to do. Which do I do? We're learning to create our own sense of discipline from within based on our soul-inspired values. Giving yourself permission to say yes to your heart is so important right now. And I look back to the times that I wanted to do some sort of program, whether it was a certification program or, work with a coach, work with a therapist, basically pay money, invest money, hire someone, or do a program that would cost money to further my growth, to further my whatever my soul was calling to me. And it was always so challenging for me to say yes to investing in me, to investing in my growth, to investing in what my spirit most wanted to do. And I feel like that is what we're being called to shift, to say, this is the work. This is what we came here for. We came here to grow. We came here to evolve. We came here. It's like no more self-deprivation, no more following, no more prioritizing what we invest in, time, money, and energy based on the mainstream values. We need to invest based on our values, what matters to us most now. This is what both Venus and Saturn are really trying to show us. It's a whole new world. You get to create this world your way. You get to choose your values. You choose where you want to put your money. And when that voice, if it does, comes into your head and says, is this really like the right thing to invest in? Is this the right thing to spend your time on? That's when we take a pause and we really look at, what are my values right now? What is most important to me? And if the answer is yes, this is something I'm valuing, this is something that's important to me, I want to do this, giving yourself permission to do it. Okay, so I want to talk for a moment about Mercury Direct, and then we're going to do a card reading. Mercury has been trying to help us rewire our thinking, our perceptions during this period of Mercury retrograde. Mercury has been retrograde in both Capricorn and Aquarius. Capricorn, again, is about ambition, success, building structures, our desire to make a name for ourselves, have a strong, positive reputation in the world. Capricorn is very much our worldly self. Aquarius shares some of that with Capricorn. Aquarius, though, is also very connected to the cosmic intelligence. So we're getting new information, new downloads, or have, in this Mercury retrograde. It's going direct tomorrow, February 4th, Friday, but it will have a shadow period as well. So we are also going to be in this integration of the new information that's come through, the new rewiring, we've been deprogramming our minds and reprogramming them in the area of Capricorn and Aquarian values, which is being free, letting your freak flag fly, being your unique self, creating success through allowing yourself to express your truth and your true self, your full expression as a spiritual being having a human experience. Mercury is going to conjunct Pluto on February 12th. So again, whenever a planet meets up with Pluto, there's a clearing out, there's a purging that happens. And when it's to do with Mercury, it's to do with our thinking and our perceptions. So Pluto is still very active with Mercury, with Venus, and we are still clearing some stuff out. So again, be super gentle with yourself. Know that we're in process. This is all about, in the big picture, learning to trust ourselves. Learning to trust ourselves and realize and coming to the realization that, yeah, I am fully creating my own reality and I'm going to take full responsibility for that. And I'm going to also give myself the leeway, the spaciousness, the what is it, like the pass to create my own rules too, to create my own reality and my own rules, because I'm doing this. This is my movie. This is my show, so to speak. And that's a lot. That's a lot, but we're coming into it with this consciousness expansion that we received from the Aquarius new moon. All planets will be direct all the way through April 30th, starting February 4th. All planets direct. This is a go time. We can create new things. This is a time to put things into motion. And again, if you'd like support with putting things into motion, check out my coaching offerings and my astrology readings. They are all, my readings in astrology for you are always profound. I get this consistently from clients. They always come away feeling inspired, feeling like they received new information. They feel more empowered, and they really can. An astrology reading in itself can shift your consciousness as well. So check out my links below. Now let's pull a card for this week, for this energy with Venus direct and in shadow, and Mercury going direct, and Mars sextile Jupiter in Pisces. It's beautiful movement. We're having movement. Okay, so I've been shuffling the cards. Let's see, what do you want to tell us, Spirit, through the cards? Well, if this isn't movement, I don't know what is. The Tower. Okay, now some people fear the Tower. Why do we fear the Tower? Because it's about change. It's about change that is palpable, that sometimes takes an area of our life and shifts it up so much that it can feel like a jolt. Notice that she's holding lightning, however. This card, this version of the Tower in the Motherpeace deck, and this is the Motherpeace deck by Vicki and Karen Vogel. This card to me is so empowering because she, the goddess, sitting on top of the tower, so she's not on her knees on the ground, bereft and distraught over something leaving her life, which is kind of a traditional view of the tower. She's sitting on top of the tower, holding lightning in her hands. She's learned to work with the energies of the universe. She's sitting on top. She's seeing from a different vantage point. She's feeling alive, awake, and aware, and ready to take responsibility for what is leaving her life or has left her life, and start in a whole. The Tower signifies a whole brand new, fresh beginning, and something coming in, often very quickly. And in the background of this card, there are a group of spiritual warrior women standing by a bonfire. And to me, this is a nudge to throw what you're ready to release into the bonfire. Let go of those old patriarchal notions of how you should do your life. You get to decide how to do your life. You're creating the new rules. That's what we've all gone through, this long, very long feeling, Venus retrograde in Capricorn. It's about us getting rid of the rules that do not serve us, that are not our rules. They just came down from people like, our parents who meant well, but they were just doing things the way that their parents did it, and they did things the way their parents, and on and on. This ancestral legacy. We're creating a new legacy. Capricorn's about legacy. So how do you want to rule your life going forward? You are your own authority. You take the reins. You be the goddess sitting on top of the tower holding lightning. Throw everything else in the fire. Okay, my beautiful friends. So I want to thank you so much for your time, presence, and energy, for being here with me, for your comments. I love connecting with you, for your shares of this video and your subscribes. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Join my tribe if you like my vibe. And as I said, I have a gift for you. And my gift is a free guided meditation. It's an instant download. When you go to my website, sign up for my inspirational updates, and you'll get an instant download of the meditation, returning home to yourself, returning home to your heart. So I invite you to do that. Go to my website now and sign up for that beautiful free meditation. And I will be back very soon with my next video. Sending you all my love.